In this video, we'll be taking a look at 4 WNBA games happening on June 23, 2024, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games. So 8 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 4 WNBA games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start: if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Connecticut Sun versus Seattle Storm. An interconference clash is set to unfold on the basketball court as two teams with strong early season performances face off in the Emerald City. The Connecticut Sun are traveling westward to take on the Seattle Storm on Sunday afternoon. In their previous game on Friday night, the Sun suffered an 85-74 defeat on the road against Las Vegas, failing to cover the spread as 5-point underdogs. Similarly, Seattle faced a 94-83 loss on the road to Las Vegas in their last game on Wednesday night, also failing to cover the spread as 6.5-point underdogs. In their past 10 matchups, Connecticut holds a 6-4 edge and has won the last 6 encounters, including an 81-69 road victory where they covered the spread as 8-point favorites on August 8, 2023. Both teams are looking to bounce back after their road losses to the Aces. The Storm has lost 2 consecutive games, while the Sun have only 2 defeats in their first 15 games of the season. Although Seattle has the advantage in rebounding, they may struggle against Connecticut's league-leading defense. Lloyd, who had a scoreless outing against the Aces with a 0-for-9 shooting performance, will face a tough challenge against the Sun's staunch defense. Connecticut rebounded from their first loss of the season by stringing together 4 consecutive victories. The Connecticut Sun have demonstrated superior defensive capabilities and should be able to stifle the Seattle Storm's offensive efforts. The Sun excel at defending the three-point line, allowing only 20.5 three-point attempts per game, which limits opponents' opportunities from long range. Despite Seattle's 4-game home winning streak, Connecticut is the stronger team overall, arguably the best in the WNBA. This game marks only the 3rd time this season that the Sun are underdogs. Given their 6 consecutive victories over the Storm, the Connecticut Sun to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Connecticut has seen the under hit in 8 of their 15 games this season, including 3 consecutive unders and 7 of their last 10 games overall. While the over has hit in 3 of their 6 road games, they remain a formidable defensive unit. Seattle has an 8-7 record for unders in their 15 games this season, with the over hitting in 3 of their 5 home games. Despite playing 10 games on the road, both teams are allowing fewer than 80 points per game, indicating strong defensive performances. Both Connecticut and Seattle excel at limiting offensive rebounds, tied for the 2nd fewest in the WNBA with 7.5 per game. With 2 strong defensive teams on the court, under the projected total is our full game total pick. New York Liberty versus Atlanta Dream. The New York Liberty, boasting a 14-3 record, are gearing up to face the Atlanta Dream, who sit at 6-8 in an Eastern Conference matchup on Sunday afternoon at the Gateway Center. The Liberty are riding the momentum of a 2-game winning streak, recently securing a 98-88 victory at home against the Los Angeles Sparks on Saturday. In contrast, the Dream are trying to bounce back from a 2-game losing streak, with their latest defeat being a 91-79 loss at home to the Indiana Fever on Friday. Earlier this season, the Liberty dominated the Dream with a decisive 78-61 win on the road. Considering New York's 17-point triumph over Atlanta a few weeks ago, there is little reason to expect a significantly narrower margin in their upcoming encounter. Atlanta is grappling with the absence of Ryan Howard, making the road ahead even more challenging for their backcourt. The ability to shoot from beyond the arc is a crucial factor for success, and here, the Liberty have a clear edge. They rank 2nd in the WNBA with a 35.5% three-point shooting percentage, compared to the Dream, who are 8th with a 31.8% success rate from downtown. Over the last 4 games, the offensive output of these teams has diverged markedly, with New York averaging 92 points per game, while Atlanta lags behind at 73.5 points per game. Despite the Liberty playing their 2nd game in a back-to-back scenario, they may still be undervalued here. While it is common to bet against teams on their 2nd night, New York's significant talent advantage and Atlanta's key injuries provide a strong case for the Liberty. Atlanta, currently the lowest scoring team in the WNBA, will be without their leading scorer, Howard, due to a knee injury. Howard's absence also weakens their perimeter defense, complicating their efforts to contain Ionescu on the outside and Stewart across the floor. With New York having 3 players averaging over 17 points per game, Atlanta is likely to struggle significantly, leading to a lopsided contest. This game presents a peculiar situation for the New York Liberty as they are concluding a back-to-back stretch and playing their 3rd game since Thursday. Additionally, the potential impact of injuries could make it challenging for them to decisively put away the Dream on the road. The Liberty have also failed to cover the spread in their last 4 games as favorites. However, given the Dream's overall poor performance this season, including a 5-9 record against the spread and their earlier 17-point loss to New York, the Liberty remain the favored pick. The Dream's struggles, particularly their last-place ranking in points per game and field goal percentage, make it hard to envision an upset. Thus, the New York Liberty to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full-game side pick. The Atlanta Dream typically play at a slower pace and rely heavily on their defense to secure wins. They rank low in three-point shooting, being 8th in the 12-team league for made threes per game. The absence of Howard, who averages 2 3-pointers per game, further diminishes their scoring potential. Atlanta's last-place ranking in overall scoring suggests they will slow the game down even more without Howard. Meanwhile, the Liberty, playing 3 games in 4 nights, might exhibit signs of fatigue and could adjust their lineups to rest their stars if they secure a comfortable lead. Given that these teams combined for 139 points in their last meeting, expecting 21 more points in this game seems overly optimistic. The current pace of play for these teams further supports this view, with New York averaging a pace of 97.45 and Atlanta averaging a pace of 95.79. Additionally, neither team has been particularly efficient from the field, with the Liberty shooting 44.7% and the Dream only managing 39.3%. Consequently, in a matchup featuring a fatigued team against a slow-paced team missing their top scorer, a low-scoring game seems likely. Therefore, under the projected total is our full-game total pick. Dallas Wings versus Washington Mystics. The Dallas Wings are set to play on the road against the Washington Mystics in a non-conference showdown at the Entertainment and Sports Arena on Sunday afternoon. The Wings currently hold the 6th spot in the Eastern Conference standings, while the Mystics occupy the 6th position in the Western Conference. This game marks the second of 3 matchups between these teams this season. In their most recent encounter on Saturday, the Mystics dominated with a 97-69 victory at home. Despite holding the worst record in the WNBA, the Washington Mystics have been showing signs of improvement as they prepare to face the Wings. The Dallas Wings, on the other hand, have struggled significantly, suffering 10 consecutive losses and dealing with numerous injuries. The Mystics will be without Sykes but are likely to have Austin and Edwards available for the game on Saturday afternoon. Dallas has been one of the league's poorest defensive teams, ranking near the bottom in points allowed. In contrast, the Mystics have been on a scoring surge, averaging 85 points per game over their last 2 victories. The Wings, since losing Segrist to injury, have been outscored by an average of 15 points per game in their last 2 contests. The performance of the Washington Mystics on Saturday was impressive, making it hard to envision a different outcome in the upcoming game. Washington excelled from beyond the arc, shooting 42.3%, while Dallas struggled, managing just 20.8%. Additionally, the bench production highlighted a significant disparity. The Wings' reserves contributed 17 points, whereas the Mystics' bench scored 51 points, including 23 from Emily Engslur. Against the spread, Dallas has a 6-9 record this season, whereas Washington stands at 9-6-1. The Wings' inability to shoot efficiently, evidenced by their sub-40% shooting performance in the previous game, is a major concern. The betting line for this game is puzzling. The Mystics defeated the Wings by a 28-point margin just a day earlier. The Dallas Wings have now lost 10 straight games and are 2-8 against the spread during this losing streak. Meanwhile, the Mystics, after starting the season with a 0-12 record, have won 3 of their last 4 games. Considering the recent performances, it is hard to justify betting on the Wings in what is essentially a pick'em game. Therefore, the Washington Mystics to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full-game side pick. In their previous meeting, these teams combined for a total of 166 points, which sets up an intriguing scenario for the rematch. One key factor that might not be fully considered is the potential for fatigue, as both teams are playing the second half of a back-to-back series. This could limit their ability to maintain a high pace and scoring output. The Wings struggled to score 20 points in 3 of the 4 quarters, while the Mystics consistently scored 20 or more points per quarter. It would be unrealistic to expect Emily Engslur to repeat her 7-for-1 shooting performance and for the Mystics to hit 11 three-pointers again. However, both teams did make frequent trips to the free throw line, with Dallas attempting 16 free throws and Washington 20. Given these factors, it is unlikely that both teams will score over 40 points in each quarter in their second consecutive game against each other. Therefore, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Indiana Fever versus Chicago Sky. The Indiana Fever will visit the Wintrust Arena on Sunday afternoon for an Eastern Conference showdown against the Chicago Sky. The Fever currently hold the 4th spot in the East with a 7-10 record and are riding high on a 4-game winning streak, highlighted by a 91-79 road victory over the Atlanta Dream last Friday. Meanwhile, the Sky are positioned 5th in the East with a 5-9 record and are coming off an 83-72 home win against the Dallas Wings on Thursday. This game marks the third of 4 matchups between these teams this season, with the Fever having won the previous 2 encounters, including a 91-83 victory last Sunday. The rivalry between Indiana and Chicago is heating up, especially with the addition of new stars like Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, and Chennedy Carter. Indiana has been in excellent form recently, stringing together 4 straight wins and improving their scoring rank from 10th to 6th in the WNBA. They are now averaging 80.5 points per game and boast the second-best three-point shooting percentage in the league at 35%. On the other hand, Chicago struggles in shooting efficiency, ranking 10th in both field goal and three-point shooting percentages, and their defense is 7th out of 12 in field goal percentage allowed. Indiana has successfully covered the spread in their last 4 games, including their 91-83 win over Chicago on June 16th as 2.5-point favorites. Conversely, Chicago has failed to cover the spread in 4 of their last 5 games and 7 of their last 10. In their 2 matchups this season, the Indiana Fever have outscored the Chicago Sky by 9 points, suggesting a closely contested game ahead. However, recent offensive performances indicate a disparity. The Fever have been averaging 90 points over their last 3 games, while the Sky have managed 80.5 points over their previous 4. The ability to score from beyond the arc will be crucial, with Indiana ranking 3rd in the WNBA with a 35% three-point shooting rate compared to Chicago's 10th place and 30.7% rate. Therefore, the Indiana Fever to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. The total points have gone over in Indiana's last 7 games and in 4 of Chicago's last 5. Their previous meeting on June 16th combined for 174 points, surpassing the closing line of 168.5 points. Indiana ranks 6th in scoring but is last in points allowed, which contributes to higher scoring games. Both teams frequently visit the free throw line, with Indiana averaging 17.1 attempts per game and Chicago averaging 20.1 attempts. Offensive rebounding will also play a significant role, as the Fever are 6th in the league with 8 offensive rebounds per game, while the Sky lead the WNBA with 11.6 offensive rebounds per game. Therefore, over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed, subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.